Right, if you follow the channel, you know that this is my smooth operator, and as you can see, mine is coping really nicely with my repeated bashing, and it has been bashed and crashed a million times, and my LEDs are holding up fine. And anyway, when I found out Neil was designing a 6-inch, I contacted him and said, appreciate I'm not going to get this one for free because I've already done a review on the 5-inch, but could you give us a nice discount on the 6-inch? And Neil kindly responded by saying, yes, I really like your review, I'll send you the 6-inch for free, which is, you know, fantastic. Thank you very much. So at the same time as he sent me the new 6-inch, and as I said, this is a prototype, the actual release model is a few weeks away, I also got at the same time some stick-it skins for my beloved 5-inch. And what else have I got in here? I've got 2 sets of arm protectors for my 5-inch and the 6-inch. I've got another GoPro session mount with lots of different camera bars by the looks of it. Got another antenna extender if I wanted. I've got some TBS Unify T antenna mounts and a couple of spare arms. So happy days. I'm just going to deviate as normal for a second, and the reason why I'm going to do that is I've joined the dark side. So I got a new radio recently, and it came with a free I'm sorry TBS, I'm evil! So I'm going to use these to mount the Free Sky R9. So I have a 6-inch smooth operator. I've also got some motors from Bangor to stick on it. Thank you very much. Which are the RCN Power GTS 2306 1800 kV. And somewhere in here I have a flight controller, which is the new CL Racing F7, which I've already used and I quite liked. So let's put this together and see what I think. Smooth operator, smooth operator, smooth operator. Never forget, FPV is not a crime. Smooth. Right, so she's all built up now by the session mount and the corresponding bolts which attach via the little 3D piece here and the back TPU shoulder. And Neil has sent me quite a few different angles, so this is the 30-degree one. Don't know what that is, but that must be 40 or 50. I'm guessing the one on it is 35. So I think there's a message there that's really telling me that I need to fly faster. So I'll do my best on that. I've got to say it's absolutely beautiful, as was the 5-inch. I like the fact that he hasn't just stuck 6-inch arms on and made the braces wider. What he's actually done is slightly redesigned. So as you probably noticed when I was building, the front camera part is longer than the original one, which is no bad thing because it gives you a little bit more space to put your buzzer, etc., or whatever you want to do, and it's held in place by 2 screws as opposed to the one on the original one. The arms, etc., and everything else are the same thickness, but they're wider. So if you notice on, if I can try and compare the two, get them side by side. So the arms on the 6-inch are a little bit wider, and the braces are also wider as well. And on the 5-inch you can see the brace sweeps kind of out and then in, and it's kind of reversed on the 6-inch. So it's really just been kind of strengthened where it needs to be in the impact zones, the arms, the braces, and obviously the front end has been made a little bit longer as well. And possibly, is it? Let me just check. No, it's about the same thickness. Couple of design updates since I did my original one on the 5-inch. Obviously, along the way they changed the arm bolts to steel. Basically, in a really bad impact, those aluminium bolts would start to bend a little bit. I haven't really had too many issues with mine. I think I'm using half steel and half aluminium, but it could happen, so they changed it out to full steel bolts. The back part here has been reinforced slightly. So if you see on the original 5-inch version, the rear brace, which basically sandwiches the arms together via the motors, is floating at this point here. It doesn't actually join the main body. Whereas on the 6-inch, there's this little plate. And if you can see, I don't know if you can, there are two little spacers which join it to the top plate. So essentially this is now, the rear bracer is now simply and lightly connected to the top plate via the two standoffs in this 3D printed SMA antenna, etc. 3D print, which should mean that for those people who had particularly bad crashes and maybe the back brace twisted, etc., that's not going to be an issue. Everything else is pretty much the same. We've still got this lovely two-piece top plate, which again is cut beautifully. You can barely see it, which just makes it easy to access your components because you can take the rear part off or the front part. On the underside we've still got these two bays which are just covered by this piece, and you just attach this piece by 3 screws. So again, it's really easy to access your components. The 3D printed arm end protectors I bought separately, and they obviously just press fitted. The only bit that I haven't attached is, and I think this was an extra, it was in the original kit, is basically SMA, or I keep saying SMA, the antenna brace. So if you're using a full-sized antenna, etc., you can just bolt this to the bottom of the frame just to give your antenna a little bit of bracing in a crash. Personally, I'm using the little Lollipop V2s on all my quads, and I've yet to break one of these, touch wood, so that's all I use, hence the reason why I don't use the antenna brace. At the moment it's got the 1800 kV RCN Power GTS2 motors and 1800 kV, which I'm going to be testing on this frame, really just to give me some versatility. So I'm going to be flying this guy initially on 5S using some HQ 5.5 and 6-inch props, and I'm really going to just use it as a test bed. This is the first 6-inch frame I've ever had. I don't really know a huge amount about 6-inch quads, so I'm really just going to use it to experiment, and I'm going to test these motors out at the same time. So yeah, so all in all, it's pretty much as it was in my initial review of the 5-inch. It's just a really beautiful quad. And as you can tell, my 5-inch is filthy because I've been out flying it this morning. Yeah, it's it's up there with the CG as my favourite ever freestyle frame, and for that I can only thank Neil. And in terms of looks, for me anyway, I think it's the prettiest, sexiest freestyle frame I've ever seen, and that remains. Had zero issues with my 5-inch quad. Catalyst Machineworks have been a joy to deal with, sort of sorting stuff like this out. And in terms of the skin which I bought for my 5-inch, Neil even got me, it's drop shipped from another company. Neil even allowed me to get it posted to his address, so he could send it in the same package as this, hence I wouldn't get hit by customs twice, although happy days I didn't get hit at all. So once again, huge thanks to Catalyst Machineworks. Myself and a few of the guys that I fly with are really enjoying these quads, and long may it continue. I really look forward to seeing what they'll come up in the future with. So that's it for me. Great frame, great design, really well built, really stiff. I look forward to flying it. So the next video will be probably a build overview video, just to show people how it gets put together, and then we'll start flight testing it out. And I guess I'm really excited to find out what 6-inch is all about, and you know, whether it will make me put down my 5-inch and go for a bigger version. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and check out the Catalyst Machineworks Smooth Operator. Great frame. Cheers. Bye bye.